So today we are discussing about the study in USA and COVID-19 effects on the USA study. Okay. So here is the USA process flow. Problem faced or varies by students due to COVID-19. Scholarships, financial aid available for UG and PG programs. Okay. So usually US process flows like this. It starts with the coaching, whether you are going to take GRE, GMAT, TOEFL, or IELTS. Okay, so the next step will be the university shortlisting, depending upon your scores and your aggregate percentages and your IELTS, PTE, or GRE scores, and your course selection also. Sometimes you have to select computer science, information systems, like this. Depending upon the program, you have to select your university. Okay, and next you have to select university's online application process. Okay, every university is having the online application system where you have to log in and create your ID and password, and also you have to submit your documents there. Okay, some of the universities accept online documents, means scan copies of your credentials, also scan copy of your financial documents, and GRE, IELTS need to be score reported. Okay, and some of the universities which are like top universities are asking for the original transcripts, and you have to courier them. But due to this COVID-19, universities are now taking only scanned copies. Okay, after the document process, we have to wait for the application decision. Okay, if it is accepted, we can go with the financial funding process. Okay, you have to show your 1-year tuition fee and plus living expenses together. It comes around 25 to 30 lakhs, depends upon the universities. You have to show in your bank account. Okay, and after this, you have to apply for the visa appointment. If your visa is accepted, you can fly to the USA with making all the arrangements of the tuition fee and other travel plans. Okay. So let us see this COVID-19 status in USA. So coronavirus in the USA is slightly decreasing. If you see the graph here, there are 1.6 million cases at present in USA. Okay, but see, this graph is slowly decreasing. This is a good thing for the students, actually. Those who can fly to USA in the month of August to September, because most of the universities are trying to or trying to postpone the intake. Means if it is start date is in August, they are planning for the October. So by that time, these cases may decrease or increase, but universities are planning for the student friendliness. And next, the important key points arising due to COVID-19. So here are the few things the students want to know about the requirements of the USA universities now. So first one is, what can be alternate for IELTS, TOEFL, or PTE? So here, Duolingo English test, which is US-based English test. Okay, now it is a online exam, and every university is accepting it, because IELTS, there are no slots available at present during this lockdown period in India, and TOEFL is come up with this home-based TOEFL test, where you can take TOEFL test by sitting at home. And PTE, even PTE also planning for this. Maybe PTE come up with this plan very soon. Okay, so now the question and the answer has been solved, because instead of IELTS, you can write TOEFL and Duolingo. And are universities waiving GRE requirements? Yeah, this is universities are waiving GRE requirement if you have the good percentages, because many of the top universities where the admission is very competitive, they cannot give you the waiver, but they can give you some favors regarding their admission process. Means if the GRE exam is already taken, you need not to report the scores to the universities. Okay, they can waive this condition by looking at your scorecard. If you can mail them or upload in the portal, it is enough for the university requirement. So what happened to the students who got their visa for summer 2020? So the students who already received their visa or admission for the summer, which means May intake, they can defer their admission to the next fall or spring, or else if they already have received their visa, they can take the online classes which are conducted by the university. What to do, as because of lockdown, the students are not able to arrange LORs, bank certificates and mark sheets. So here, if the student does not able to submit the LORs on time during this lockdown period, what he or she can do is they can ask their professors, means college professors or lecturers, they can ask their professors about their mail ID and contact details. You can keep that details in the application portal, and after submitting the application, student will get the application ID and everything, so they can share it with their professors. Okay, so after that, professor who receives the recommendation request, they will send an automatic email to the university, so and so student has been studied in our university and her code of conduct is good. Okay, and bank certificates you can submit online or net banking statement instead of the document given by the bank. You can submit the net banking statement, it is fine. And mark sheets, you can upload the scanned copies of your transcripts in the online. Okay, will the student get OPT, optional practical training, if he or she goes to the online classes? Yes, absolutely, because student is paying the tuition fees and he is having the valid visa, so he's absolutely eligible for the OPT. Okay, so what can be the alternate for IELTS or TOEFL? So as I have already told you, Duolingo you can take for as an alternative for the IELTS and TOEFL. So Duolingo English test is an English language proficiency test which is convenient, accessible and cost effective for assessment of students' English abilities. Okay, so you have to take the exam online and it is for the 1 hour duration. You can get the results approximately 2 days, and fees is $49 US, which is very cheap when compared to TOEFL exam fees, which is $180. And link I have shown it here. So test requirements are the same, like for the IELTS and PTE. However, you need the passport copy, the same one, and the reliable internet connection, computer. So these are the main requirements for the Duolingo. So universities which started accepting Duolingo, these are the universities which are accepting Duolingo English test. But some of the other universities are also there. Discussions are being going and they will accept it very soon. Okay, so University of Cincinnati, which is very good university for the computer science background students, and Florida Institute of Technology, Florida, Kent State University, University of Massachusetts Lowell, Colorado State University. Okay, these are the universities I have given here. You can see them, and also NJIT is there, means New Jersey Institute of Technology, which is very good for the electronics background students, and Northwest Missouri State University. This university is very good for the information systems. Those who are looking for the information system in MS, they can get admission with the 6.5 IELTS and 290 GRE. And also University of Colorado Denver, which is very good university for the mechanical and civil background also. DePaul University, it is a private university, but this is one of the good university for the management programs. So these all the universities are very good in their rankings. So you can try if you have not attempted IELTS and you want to go for this fall and you don't have a chance to write the IELTS exam, they can take up this advantage and write the Duolingo and go for the fall intake. So popular universities, students accepting students without GRE. See, University of Arizona, which is very popular for the MS Electrical and Computer Engineering. Okay, and it is a top university. University of South Florida, these are the universities which are accepting without GRE. And Northeastern universities, informatics, analytics, drug regulatory affairs, MS in project management, George Mason University, Fairfax, Virginia. So these are universities which are offering all the programs, like computer science to civil engineering. They are offering all the programs, and those who have not written GRE, they can take this advantage of applying without GRE. Because of this COVID-19, students are getting really good benefits from the universities. They are waiving off GRE, they are waiving off IELTS. Means they're not completely waiving off. If you are having facility of attending Duolingo, you can attend it. If not, you can submit your academic records. Like if you have good percentage, they are ready to waive off your GRE requirement also. So universities accepting students without GRE for major concentrations like Gannon University, University of Masters Lowell. So these are the other universities which are accepting without GRE. Then New Hampshire University, Webster University, University of Maryland in Baylor. So here is the point. Universities accepting students with backlogs. So backlog is the thing where students almost get confused about the backlog thing. So if you have attempted one subject rather than your first attempt, it is called a backlog. So if you have attempted M1 for 3 times, it is called as a 3 backlogs. Fine. So here universities are accepting with backlogs. Okay. Here they have also mentioned how many backlogs they are going to accept. So DePaul University, they are accepting up to 22 backlogs. Means in the last attempt you should clear all your backlogs. New York Institute of Technology also accepting 12 backlogs. California State University up to 10 backlogs. Like this, they are giving you one benefit of this way, considering backlogs. SNHU previously it used to accept only 3 backlogs. Now they are accepting up to 8 backlogs. So what happened to the student who got their visa for summer, and what will be the impact of fall 2020? So the thing is same. If the everything goes good, universities will conduct online or on campus programs. Okay, but the thing is every program can't be taught online, so they are canceling the programs. Okay, if it is a mechanical program or else engineering, electrical engineering kind of programs, they should be face-to-face classes should be there. So they are considering online programs for only few selected programs. Okay, online classes are as effective as on campus classes, because universities are coming closer virtually to meet students online, but our Indian students are not so favorable for the online education. Still, they are thinking about the online education. Okay, US universities have extensive support for international students. It has and it will be. Okay, US universities means most of the Indians are in USA. We all know that fact. Okay, so US universities are bringing more ideas, coming up with the new ideas to get connected with the students online. Okay, students have all the facilities available and they can resolve all their doubts and queries. Yes, through the online platform, students can get their doubts and queries, and professors will get the emails from the students regarding their doubts and queries. They will be get resolved very soon. For fall 2020 intake, the classes shall be held online once the student procure the visa. Yes, online classes will be taken once you get the visa. But here in India, due to this lockdown, we cannot take the appointment of the US consulate. So in this case, what they are doing is you can pay your fees. Means first semester fees. You can pay your first semester fees and take the online classes. Once the lockdown is lifted, you can go to the US consulate and book your appointment. Then if you get your visa, you will be going to the on-campus classes. If not, you will get a one course certificate. Okay, to the credits you have taken online, they will issue a certificate, and there will be a fee. Means their discussions are going. There might be a 50% tuition fee refund. Okay, if you have paid $4,000, Okay, 50% of the fee will be refunded, but this is not confirmed yet. There are discussions going. They might come up with this rule very soon. So the decisions are coming faster on cases of on the application. Yes, those student application representatives are working from home. They are working very remotely, but they are doing time to time webinars, time to time Zoom calls, and they are interacting with the students, and they are ready to give the admission letters on time. Because once the lockdown is lifted, students will rush to the consular appointments. So to avoid this, they are giving the admissions very soon. I can say upon turnaround time is 2 weeks. After the successful application, the turnaround time will be the 2 weeks for getting an I-20. So most of the universities have extended the deadlines because of this pandemic situation. Yes. So you may not pay your application fees. You may not submit all of your documents. You may be stuck at some place and your documents at another place. But due to this, the deadlines have been extended. If suppose some universities have deadlines on April 1st, so they have extended till May 1st. And most of the universities are accepting the applications even after the deadlines also. So what to do, as because of lockdown, the students are not at all arrange LOAs. So we have to arrange LOAs, bank certificates, and mark sheets. So we have already discussed this. Yes, universities are issuing conditional offers. Means what is conditional and unconditional? I will tell you. See, conditional means on the admission letter you will be finding a note that so and so documents are pending from the student side. But it may be an official transcript, it may be a LOR, it may be a SOP, it might be a bank certificate. So mostly US universities give conditional offers on this LOR and bank certificate mark sheets. That's it. SOP is a Word document. You can make it anywhere and at any time. Okay. Universities are accepting application on the basis of online recommendations and online mark sheets. Yes. So universities are accepting online mark sheets because you cannot send the couriers at this time, and you cannot send your you cannot get your official transcript from university. So the same thing, recommendation letter also you cannot get it from your professors or colleges. So most of the universities have extended the deadlines because yes, they have extended the deadlines. So let's discuss about the scholarship and financial aid for undergraduates and graduates. Okay, there are two types of scholarships: need-based and merit-based. Need-based is particularly for the students who are actually in need, and merit-based are for the students who have already have got good GPA, means good percentages in their +2 or for masters. They will consider undergraduate percentages. So need-based university scholarships will be given to the domestic applications, which are for the US applications only, because those who are in need-based, they eventually not go to the USA. Okay, so merit-based scholarship cases only we take from the India. Okay, we work for universities which offer merit-based scholarships. Most of the universities require SAT. It is a scholastic admission test for merit-based scholarship. Means it is for undergraduate, they require SAT score for the merit-based scholarship. So scholarship or financial aid for masters. So here tuition fee waiver in form of assistantships. As you already know, the students who are already applied to the universities, they might hear that graduate assistantship, teaching assistantship, and research assistantship. I will tell you what are those. So research assistantship means the students who are taking the research after their MS program, they will be eligible for the research assistantship, and the graduate assistantship, which comes under the throughout your graduate program. You have to apply when you are making the online application to the college. Okay, so this graduate assistantship will help you in decreasing your tuition fee for the semester. Means if you are having $6,000 per semester, then they might give you $1,000 to $1,500 waiver. Okay, and the teaching assistantship will be given to the lab assistants. Those who are working under the professor, they will get the teaching assistantship. So part-time jobs. Usually, all the students do the part-time job, but actual rule is that students should do part-time jobs on campus, which is very good for the student career. Okay, there are even options that offer study options, wherein the university allows the student to work full time even during his classes. Yes, universities will allow to work in the campus, not outside the campus. And if they work on off campus, they are responsible for the future scenario. Okay, classes are held in the evening or on weekends, and the student works full time during the day. So if the classes are held in the evening or weekends, the student can work for the full time in the university during the day. So these options are particularly good for the students with low budgets. Yes, we all know our Indian families are mostly from the middle class, and we want us to clear our tuition fees. So many of the students work for the part time, and which is very good if you work on campus only. So there are the universities which are providing scholarship to the undergraduate and graduate level. See here. So undergraduate, it is offering like University of Arizona, St. Louis. So see, this is $35,000 per year. It is uh, not a joke. See, $35,000 and amount. Oregon State University is giving the full tuition fee waiver if you are having the good credits. So St. Louis University, University of Cincinnati, Northern Arizona University, New York Institute of Technology. Okay, and here University of Cincinnati is giving for the UG and PG level, and Western Kentucky University, which is giving 14,000 straight away for 2 semesters graduate assistantship. Thomas Jefferson University, $8,000 as a dean scholarship. Sunny Albany, it is giving $9,000 for 3 semesters. So these all about the scholarships and assistantship which are provided by the universities. So let us talk about yes, process flow. So while you are shortlisting the universities, you have to consider about your percentage in your undergraduate and what is the exact program you are looking for. Okay, so you have to make a list of at least 20 universities when you are making the online application. Okay, by doing the shortlisting of 20 universities, you have to consider which program is the best. First of all, you have to look at the program and program credits. Okay, there should be 36 credits in the program. Many of the universities are also giving 32 credits. Okay, 36 credits university is very good, and it should be a STEM designated program. Okay, STEM designated program is very good for your H1 future, and you can pick the job very soon if you are STEM graduate. Okay, so you have to consider most of the things while you are thinking about this study in USA. Okay? And universities, after selecting the universities for the 20 universities, you have to shortlist according to your course program. So if you are going for the computer science, you have to select what are the credits they are offering. Okay, and who is the professor and what are their future projects coming up with, and location of the university is also very important. If it is a Silicon Valley, you can get the job easily because you are already in the hub of the IT. So it brings up the more choices. And after the university selection, you have to apply at least to the 5 to 6 universities which are very reasonable to your score. Means if you got your 320 score GRE and 6.5 in IELTS, you have to apply for the same level university. And also two safe side universities are very important while doing the online application. Means if you are able to get the admission in UMass Lowell, you have to apply NJIT also. NJIT is for the 290 background, UMass also 290 background. So you have to apply the two universities which are matched to your score and two universities which are safe for your score. However, you will be getting that admission. Okay, and two like medium score universities. Means if you have 320, you have to apply for the 300 score university. Okay, like that you have to make at least 5 to 6 applications. In that you will be getting at least 3 to 4. And after getting the 3 to 4 admissions, you have to shortlist which university is your favorite. Means according to your career goals, which is matching up to your career goals, you have to select that university. Okay. So after getting these 4 admissions, while doing the online application, you have to select that university and pay the SEBI's fees. Okay, you have to pay your SEBI's fee before your online visa application. Okay, and you have to pay your visa appointment fee also, and then you have to book your visa appointment, and you have to book your visa appointment at least prior to 30 days will be the best time, because you have to arrange your funds also. Okay, getting a bank loan is not an easy thing now, so you have to get your bank loan and you have to maintain sufficient funds in your account. Okay, so at least 30 days before you have to plan. So if you're planning to apply for fall 2020, you have to apply for the visa in July. And because of this COVID-19, all the plans are changed. If you are planning for the Jan 2021 intake, which is spring, okay, you have to make plans for the online applications now. Okay, universities have opened applications for the spring semester also. So most of the universities have opened their application systems for the spring applications, because by spring 2021 all this pandemic would be cleared off, and you can start your career